Hello, my name is Michelle Swint, and this is my recording for D253 Values Based Leadership, Task 2. Good morning, everyone. Thank you so much for coming to our monthly meeting. My name is Michelle Swint. I'm the new customer service manager. Most of you I do know. There's a few of you that I don't, and I'm looking forward to getting to know you soon. I wanted to go over quickly the VIA Character Strength Survey. Hopefully, you all had the time to take that and get your results. I'm not going to ask for your results here, but whether it was eye-opening or it was something that you already knew, I thought it was a really great reminder of some of my strengths and also some things that I can work on. Speaking of getting the new customer service manager job, I wanted to tell you a quick story about a job I didn't get. Now, this is going way back to college days. I had found out about a job that was down the street from my house, and I came home and told my roommate what an exciting opportunity it was and how I was going to go down and apply. And I ended up going the next day to apply for this job. And when I arrived, they let me know that the position had already been filled. I was definitely, a little bit bummed, upset. I went home to kind of deliver the news to my roommate to find out that she had actually gone down the day before and got the job herself. I was a little shocked and hurt by that. But due to my forgiving nature, and of course having to live with someone, I forgave her. And now when I think back on it, what would have happened if I did get that job? Where would I be today? I'm now celebrating almost 20 years in customer service, thriving in a job now that I love. And where would I be if I had taken that other role? So, speaking about that, so this month's monthly meeting topic that we're going to be discussing is emotional intelligence. And we're going to talk about how we can apply it on a daily basis in our jobs. But one of the first things that I wanted to do is, as the new manager of customer service, I really want to let you know my intentions, and my intentions are to lead with values, a values-based approach. And I've come up with this vision statement for our team, and I'm going to read it to you now. And it's: we strive to foster a culture of respect in the workplace where employees are empowered to be honest in their feedback, which will create an environment of trust and mutual accountability. So as you can see, some of this vision statement also aligns with our company's values, and some of my personal values. And I just want to remind you, and I'll keep reminding you, that some of the important words in that vision statement are: I want to empower you so that you can feel like you can come to me and give me feedback, which will ultimately just create that environment of trust where we can all work together. Going back to talking about emotional intelligence, emotional intelligence is the ability to manage your emotions and understand the emotions of others around you. A key part of doing this is by being self-aware. Self-awareness is the ability to see yourself objectively and how your values and actions affect others. Self-awareness is important because how you perceive yourself affects those around you. So if each of us takes time on a daily basis to do a self-assessment, it's going to help us foster better relationships with each other, empower us to make better decisions. And when we talk about self-assessment, there's a key word in there that says accurate. So when you take a look at yourself and when you're doing your daily assessment, make sure that it's accurate in those feelings It's going to help reveal any blind spots that you may have and that we can work on those to avoid any future roadblocks. Another pillar of emotional intelligence is self-management. And self-management is the ability to regulate our emotions, thoughts, feelings, and holding ourselves accountable. Self-management is important because it allows us to really maximize productivity and reach our goals. And that's what we're here to do, right? One key area of self-management that we are going to be practicing daily is emotional self-control. Emotional self-control is the ability to keep our emotions in check when a stressful situation rises. In the customer service field, it is common to have upset and disruptive customers. And by using mindfulness techniques such as focused breathing, starting our day by saying one thing we're grateful for, it's really going to help improve our emotional self-control, and that will result in better focus and better productivity. One of the positives working in a team is that we get to experience people from all different backgrounds, different cultures, and that ties into social awareness. And social awareness is the ability to empathize with others from different cultural backgrounds. Social awareness is important because it helps us understand why someone believes and thinks differently than we do. As a team, we can use empathy by actively listening, maintaining eye contact when speaking with each other, and understanding each other's nonverbal cues. So really paying attention to each other to understand what it is that person is saying. When it comes to people from different backgrounds, different cultures, experiences, there can be biases. Now, you might be saying, okay, come on, Michelle, this is 2023. Over the years, we've experienced tons of people with different backgrounds. And I think that I'm pretty open-minded and wouldn't have bias towards someone. But innately, they're still there, whether it's unconscious or conscious. And I want to talk about that a little bit. So an unconscious bias is our tendency to form an opinion about someone without even realizing we're doing it. An example where we might see this in the workplace would be an assumption that anyone over 50 years old is not very good with technology. They didn't grow up with technology like the younger generations. There's a little bit of a learning curve. Maybe they're hesitant to learn those new technological advances that we've had. And as a manager, I might decide to give an older person a little more direction on a technological task without even realizing that I might be talking down to them and making them feel uncomfortable. This could lead to that employee being less productive, and eventually quitting. And so that's an unconscious bias that, it's a stigma out there that old people can be not so great at technology, but my 90-year-old grandfather has a Facebook. So, it's each person individually, and it's important to not have a bias just because of someone's age. Another bias that I'd like to talk about is cognitive bias. So these are decisions that are made on limited information or past experiences. And one of them that I want to talk about is confirmation bias. So what confirmation bias is that you believe that women are bad drivers. I'm a woman, I can say it. I'm not a bad driver. Danica Patrick is not a bad driver. But let's say that you're driving along and you see a car and they accidentally hit the curb when they're parking. Now you are driving up and you're like, I bet that was a woman. And then it happens to be. That information is confirming your bias. Even though, no, of course, not all women are bad drivers. But that's an example of confirmation bias. Another example would be affinity bias, and that could be someone who likes the same sports team as you. So, another example in the workplace would be as a manager, I'm hiring one candidate for the job. Each candidate is equally qualified, similar backgrounds, but I find out that one candidate is a huge Los Angeles Dodgers fan, and the other candidate is a San Francisco Giants fan. And due to their affinity with the San Francisco Giants, which is my team, I decide to hire them. That would be an example of an affinity bias. And where biases can have a major impact on ethical decision making, was similar to the story I was just telling you. It can lead people to miss important information, have errors in judgment, and create harmful outcomes. So hiring someone straight out of college, no experience, but you hired them because you went to the same college. There's that affinity bias. Instead of the seasoned employee with the years of experience. Now, this outcome of this biased decision would likely have on all of your employees is feelings of animosity, loss of respect, and ultimately could lead to a diminished quality of work. I don't care. This person clearly just is hiring them because of their background and not for the experience. And so that seasoned employee is like, well, I'm just going to decide not to work so hard anymore. So that's an example of where it can really have a major impact on our decision making and our ethical decision making. And so something really near and dear to my heart is relationship management. And that really is what we do in customer service. It's our job to maintain those customer relationships and make sure that our customers are happy and they're repeat buying again, right? So relationship management not only refers to the customers, but how we support each other. It's the way that we support and grow relationships with colleagues and customers. Trust, honest two-way communication, consistency are a few of the words that I think about when I think about relationship management. And ethics and relationship management also go hand in hand. It's important for us to do the right thing, set a good example for others. Now, let's imagine that I asked one of you to help me with our quarterly certifications. I got really busy and I say, hey, John, can you come help me complete these quizzes? So instead of doing it myself, John completes them on my behalf. Word gets around that not only did I did this, now I've put John in this uncomfortable position. I've also jeopardized my job because it's my duty to do those quizzes myself. It's my continuing education and training. And this unethical decision can make a huge impact on our team. And now you're not sure if you can trust or respect me. And so I talked about relationship management. Another part of that, and the word respect is something that is dear to me, is building a culture of care. So creating an environment where you can feel valued, knowing that you can come to me with open and honest feedback. I want that open door policy. I'm not just saying it, I believe it. That your concerns can be heard. Offering opportunities for professional development so you can grow and expand your skill sets. And by having a culture of care on our team, I really believe that it will bring cohesiveness and increase productivity and our and our job satisfaction. So in closing, I'd like to close by reminding you of the 4 domains of emotional intelligence that we discussed. We have self-awareness, self-management, social awareness, and relationship management. As a team, we're going to really focus on the domain of relationship management. Together, we're going to learn about each other, our strengths, our weaknesses, how to best communicate with each other. Building trust along the way is really going to strengthen the cohesiveness of our team, increase productivity, and ultimately job satisfaction. So I really wanted to thank you for your time today. I look forward to working together and getting to know you all more very soon. Thank you again.